Oh, hi there.
Hi, hello, welcome
Here we are.
to the longest short week ever.
It's true, right? It's because like we're really anticipating the yummy stuff to come. So
The yummy things
that's all I
that
can
we
think
get to
about,
have.
actually. I have it all planned out in my head how I'm gonna make it all, how I'm gonna eat it all. Yeah.
We're just really food motivated.
It's like my dog. He's very food motivated.
And my cat.
Yeah, very food motivated. That's me too.
Librarians are food motivated.
Yeah,
Remember that.
I'll do a lot for food. And for good food, forget it. Oh my gosh. I'll even cook it, which is a lot.
Which reminds me, I did finally pick the December recipe for book cooks.
Ooh, are you gonna share or no share?
Yeah, I was kind of dragging my feet on it because I was like, I'm a little burnt out on cooking. I'm just tired. But then I went back to one of my tried and true cookbooks.
Okay, that's the
one that I think I've done a couple recipes from, but something new for me. It's a sweet potato chili, so it's ground beef and roasted sweet potatoes, but you add dark chocolate to it.
Oh, okay, that sounds really good.
Yeah.
I actually have a chili recipe too that has just
it's
like a
like
little bit of cocoa powder.
Yeah, it's like a
It's delicious,
semi-sweet
yeah.
or bittersweet. So it just, and
It really does kick it up.
I've done like a little bit of cocoa powder and cinnamon in chili before, but I've never done it like this where you're actually adding like a pretty substantial amount.
Especially with the sweet potatoes. Oh my gosh.
Right, and then there's a lot of chili powder and
So you're gonna
cumin
kick
and
it,
smoked paprika in there, so it just enhances like some of the like bitter, savory notes of the chocolate.
Nice.
I'm
Nice.
pretty
That sounds
excited.
delicious, actually.
Yeah, so now I'm really excited for that.
Okay, I'm excited too.
And it's from one of my favorite
really
cookbooks. It's the Whole Smith's Good Food Cookbook by Michelle Smith, and she has two.
We gotta talk quick.
It's okay, we'll be fine. But we have two of the cookbooks. So if you're also looking for a cookbook recommendation,
Does she use
any
the
of
sweet
them
potato
by
in
Michelle
place
Smith.
of beans, or is there beans also?
In place of beans.
Okay.
So if like beans are hard on your digestive system, or you don't have any,
carbs or
and you
whatever,
just
yeah.
want to do like, or you're in the mood for sweet potatoes because 'tis the season for sweet potatoes and kind of like these nice warm, carby things.
Yeah.
Sweet potatoes.
Nice.
Yeah.
That sounds delicious. Oh my
All right, so now
What
that
do you
we're
got?
hungry again,
What do you got?
we're
I'm
taking
starving,
a
actually.
detour. I know we just ate lunch.
I know we did.
We
I know.
just ate lunch.
My stomach is growling.
But also, we're talking about, well, it's tea and snack time, so that's what we're
Yeah.
going to do after this video.
Hurry up.
I know, well, I only have a couple of things
Okay, all right.
because, you know, adult publishing is slowing down a little bit.
Everything is.
Everything's slowed down. It's time to slow down and relax. And maybe you should slow down and relax with one of your favorite authors and a sequel to her book. This is a new Nora Roberts. She started this Dragonheart Legacy series. It's like a sci-fi fantasy series for her. So it's a little different. The first one was called The Awakening, I believe. Yes, The Awakening. The world of magic and the world of man have long been estranged from each other. But some can walk between the two. So I don't really know that much about the first book, but for anybody who loves Nora Roberts or who is wanting to get into some like fantasy stuff and you want to go with an author you trust or you like fantasy, this is book number 2 in the
I'm loving the
Dragonheart.
artwork. I really like it.
It looks
So,
very like
yeah.
serene and fantastical and beautiful and there's the camera.
I'm loving it.
Okay, yeah. So that's another one. And then we have another from a long-running series. This hefty tome
Oh my gosh.
is part of the Outlander series.
Jamie could pick that up with no problem.
Gosh. Okay. It's called Go Tell the Bees That I Am Gone. It's hard to hold with one hand. But it's one of the Outlander books. So if you are waiting to just devour this, here it is. And this, you know, this is going to keep you busy, so why not cuddle up on the couch?
Oh, yeah, that definitely
Turn
is
on your heat, get a nice
winter cozy.
blanket,
Yeah.
cup of tea, and just digest your new
Sounds lovely.
Outlander. I know. Right, and like that's the nice thing about, we should.
Let's set up a
All right,
couch.
let's cancel
Some
work for the
blankies
rest of the
back
day
here.
and let's read some books.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the nice thing about a long-running series and like wintertime when you just want to be cozy. Like, you know what you're getting yourself into.
It's like old friends. It's like having some old friends back.
It's just a cozy, it's like a hygge thing to read a
Yeah.
long-running series that you love. So.
I think so too. Definitely like reuniting with some friends.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, it feels so good.
Yeah.
Oh, warm and fuzzies.
Who's this one?
Who's this one? I don't know if you've ever heard of her. Danielle Steele has a new one. This is a historical fiction. It's called Flying Angels. And it is about World War II. World War II brings together 6 remarkable young flight nurses who face the challenges of war and its many heartbreaks and victories as unsung heroes in this inspiring novel. Even knowing that they will not achieve any rank and will receive little pay for their efforts, the flying angels will give their all in the fight for freedom. They serve as bravely and as tirelessly as the men they rescue on the front lines in daring airlifts and are eternally bound by their loyalty to one another. A sweeping, stunning tribute to these incredibly courageous women, inspiring symbols of bravery and valor. So,
Sounds good.
I know, a good historical fiction. I'm just looking to see if there's a... No.
Nope,
I love it when they do, when there's like a note in the back about like the historical part of it and the research that they do. Yeah. So none of that. But
maybe on her website.
Maybe. Okay. Or maybe she talks about it. It's the one thing that I love about the global situation that we're in is like virtual author talks have become a thing.
Yeah.
And you don't have to go to their book tour. You don't have to go to New York City,
and they're
Barnes
so,
and Noble to see
generous
them.
with their time and stuff. Most of them are really great.
I love virtual book tours and all of these interviews. Yeah. Let's keep this around forever.
Yeah, I think so too.
Maybe one day we'll see her talking about her inspiration and her research for this, but I think it's a really great topic from an author that so many people know and love. Another author that people know and love is Ann Patchett, and she has a brand new book. It's some essays. It's called These Precious Days. The beloved New York Times bestselling author reflects on home, family, friendships, and writing in this deeply personal collection of essays. Any story that starts will also end. It's true. From the enchantments of one of my favorite authors, Kate DiCamillo's children books, to youthful memories of Paris, from the cherished life gifts given by her three fathers, to the unexpected influence of Charles Schultz's Snoopy, from the expansive vision of Eudora Welty to the importance of knitting, Patchett connects life and art as she illuminates what matters most, infused with the author's grace, wit, and warmth.
Nice. So is that in the fiction section, or is there a special number for?
No, it's like her. It's like one of those, kind of like memoir-y selections of essays and stuff like that. So, which is nice because I find like these kinds of books always they go quickly, but also the mood goes up and down. The whole thing isn't so serious. They're serious and humorous and reflective pieces. So I kind of love these memoir book of essays kind of things.
Cool.
Yeah. And then I have one young adult book to share with you. There were a few today, but I really wanted to share this one. This is by Darcy Little Badger. It's called A Snake Falls to Earth. Her other book, Allyssa, is up on display in the... Sorry, the camera's weird today. I flipped the phone. Anyway, I'm just confused. I'm always confused. It's on display in the teen room because we have a display of Indigenous authors this month. We're celebrating the Indigenous voices. Yep. And so Allyssa was very, very widely and well received last year. The reviews for this one, A Snake Falls to Earth, are also amazing. And so this touches into some Apache mythology, I believe. Cool. So it's about a Lipan girl named Nina and Ollie, who is a cottonmouth kid from the land of spirits and monsters. So he shapeshifts human and snake. Nina and Ollie have no idea the other exists, but a catastrophic event on Earth and a strange sickness that befalls Ollie's best friend will drive their worlds together in ways they haven't been in centuries, and some will kill to keep them apart. In A Snake Falls to Earth, she draws on traditional Lipan Apache storytelling structure to weave another unforgettable tale of monsters, magic, and family. So I love that there's some mythology involved in this, some stories that maybe not everybody is familiar with, but this is what our country was founded on, all of these stories and the mythology, and this is the land that we live on, all kind of came from all of these wonderful stories. So I love to see a mythology that we're not super familiar with. A lot of people are always doing Greek and Roman mythology, but I love mythology from other cultures. I think it's so cool to explore. I love that.
I'm intrigued by the idea that it's even a different story format than we're used to.
Yep.
Which I think is really cool and important to explore.
Yeah, and all of her books just get amazing, amazing reviews. I'm really looking forward to reading this one. Awesome. So this is Snake Falls to Earth.
Nice.
Very excited for this one. I could not wait for it to come out. I hope I get a chance to take it home and read it soon.
Really very cool too.
Right. Well, and also, so we always talk about the Endpapers and children's books, but look at the Endpapers.
Oh,
this one. It's snakeskin.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
We always talk about like
Yeah,
the
usually
whole
they don't
design
pay
of
as
the
much
book.
attention. Sometimes in the teen books they do, in the adult
Yeah.
books not so much.
Like a lot of times in
that's
teen books, you'll
beautiful.
see things that are like
It's actually like got texture.
yeah,
It's cool.
maybe it like has like a map on it or some like damask print or something very fantasy fluffy. And we always talk about, and I had to write like a whole essay about design in
Endpapers.
in picture books about like everything from the end papers to the white space to the color. Like you go to library school, you actually study that. So it's nice to see something
cool. I haven't
different
seen
in a teen book too. It is like a snakeskin print. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I read the description, I was like, Cottonmouth, are you saying he's a snake? And then I was like, oh yeah. And then I saw the end papers and I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, that's so cool.
Fun. It's really textured, yeah.
So I'm really excited to read kind of a magical, fantastical mythology story.
Cool.
I'm really excited for that one.
Well, I'm excited too. I got a lot of nice new books. I couldn't pick, it was hard to pick, especially with the picture books. For whatever reason, there's a bunch of new ones that just came out that are fantastic. But so I did find a couple different ones. I wanted to introduce you all to Princess Truly. She is in this early reader. I'm going to call it a level G or so. I have to double check it, but I think it's around a level G. I think I have one other book by her so far. I Am a Good Friend. This one is called I Am Brave. Just so adorable. Beautiful illustrations with not too much words. I would say this is like a level G, probably first grade, maybe kindergarten or first grader. And
Very
it's just
cute.
great. I just wanted everybody to see it because I just love it. Another of the Mary Pope Osborne. Actually, I think this is the second one. Yes, the second one. In the graphic novel format. The kids are gobbling up graphic novels like you can't believe. And the thing with the Magic Treehouse is that sometimes the children that they're geared toward are finding them a little too dense, a little text heavy. So this is a fun way, a different way for them to explore it. And as we always say, these are great. They have so much. I'll talk about it a little bit when I get to my picture books, but the importance of visual literacy is probably more important now than ever.
But it also like updates it because some kids are like, "Oh, Magic Treehouse has been around
like
forever."
the pages are yellow.
I don't want to read that, but this
this
presents
is
it
updating
in another way.
And the illustrations are gorgeous. I mean, they've really done a nice job.
I love the color scheme. It's really
they've
cool.
really done a nice job of getting
It's really
good
cool,
illustration.
literally, actually.
Yeah.
Tones.
It's a great one. So, this book is a biography by Wade Hudson. It's called Defiant: Growing Up in the Jim Crow South. And the reason I brought this was that it had great reviews.
Yeah, I've seen reviews for it. It's amazing.
But I thought this was really neat because I hadn't really put it all together in my head. But in the back it says it's an homage to people he knew in Mansfield, Louisiana. As much as his story is about growing up there, these were the people who nurtured and loved him and fought for their own survival under Jim Crow. It's also the story of a youngster trying to find meaning and purpose in a defining era where issues of civil rights, women's rights, immigrant rights, and resistance against the Vietnam War played out regularly in the news. You kind of forget that like
there's
all
so
these things
much,
were going on at the same time.
We tend to focus on like one part of that at a time.
And I thought that was really amazing. I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even think of that. And he's from East Orange, New Jersey, so that's kind of cool too. He's a Jersey author. So if your kid likes fiction, likes biography and likes history, this is great. And also if they like just sort of a bigger picture. I didn't realize, I never even thought about that, like how those things all kind of came together at the same time.
It's rare, especially for like a middle grade kind of thing. We don't see, because it's big thinking to combine all of those things together.
Yeah.
But I think our kids nowadays are mature enough to handle it. And they're curious enough to handle it.
And they've probably heard little bits of each thing, but not really synthesized it into the idea that these were all happening at the same time. That's kind of crazy.
Even in history class, it's hard to digest that.
Yeah, I thought that that's why I had to pull it out to talk about it.
That's
I was
awesome.
like, wow, that's just amazing to me. That's going to do something different. A new book by two-time Newbery medalist Catherine Patterson. She did Bridge to Terabithia, is a classic. And she has a new book, and this is called Birdies Bargain. And it is about a little girl who is, for lack of a better word, an army brat, I guess. She travels around. Her dad is in the second Gulf War. So after September 11th, he gets sent away, and she's very mad at him. But she makes a bargain with God, the promise that in return for God's keeping her daddy safe, but will the bargain hold? So it's kind of for children of military families, but also just people of all different faiths and what you put your faith in. And I can see here she's got the I Love New York shirt on the back, which is pretty amazing. So yeah, I think this is going to be a different read, a different type of read, but it's Catherine Patterson. She really always gets you right in the feels.
Yeah, that's true.
She gets you right in the feels. So yeah. So I think
They know. Authors like know how to do that to you.
Yeah, and it's amazing to me to think, but because September 11th is so close to us, but for kids it's a lifetime, literally a lifetime away.
Yeah.
So I think it's great that it's something that she's bringing out.
It's so strange to think about things that happened in my lifetime. Now our kids, the next generation, they're like, oh, it's historical fiction.
Yeah, yeah, I know. It's a little crazy.
Yeah, but it's important. It's really important.
Yes, I think that'll be a good one. This one had very good reviews, and it is.
Oh, I saw a review for that
opposite.
one.
Yeah, totally the opposite. Rules for Vampires by Alex Fulks. It is just. I saw her read a little bit about her book, and she's just it's definitely going to be humorous. I mean, it sounds dark, but I think it's going to be really funny. So basically, the rules for the vampires, there's 8 of them listed. Rule number 8 is the most important one. The vampire will undertake their first hunt on the dusk of their 100th vampiric year. She's 11, so that means technically she's 111.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. And so she has to go out and feed as a vampire for the first time, and then some horrible chain of events happens, and she creates 2 ghosts, and ghosts and vampires don't get along. So it sounds very funny, and had great reviews. And so
vampires are super trendy, so it's cool to bring that into the middle grade world.
Exactly. Like I'd rather they read this than Twilight or something that's definitely for grown-ups or for older teens. This is definitely Twilight's not for teens. Not for tweens.
It's not for anyone.
Not for This one I think is perfect for like younger kids. Not like really young, middle grade, 4 to 6, with a good sense of humor. Even author Cressida Cowell, she does those dragon books, the one How to Train Your Dragon, all that. A wickedly funny debut with a wonderfully strong girl hero.
Woo!
Vampire girl as a hero. Gotta love it. So that's that. Now a couple of picture books. This one that I think came out in perfect timing. It's called Off Limits, and it's about a daddy working from home, which we all know has been going on, and a little kid who can't resist his office, even though he's written on there Off Limits.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and so she goes in there, and what I like about it is that there are words, but the words are not over. There's not too many words. A lot of it is using the clues in the picture and telling your own story.
To tell your story. That's so
yeah,
cute.
and I love that. And she really gets into just some serious mischief. I don't know if I should give away the ending, but I mean, she's gone way overboard here. We see she's got Post-it notes
I love that it's
everywhere,
wordless, but not quite wordless.
It's not quite wordless. There's some words to it, and I do love it because I feel like, as I said before with the graphic novels, visual literacy is so important. To helping.
Don't give that away. Don't give it away. It's so cute. It's so cute.
It's really, really cute.
You have to come get it.
Come and get this book
so cute.
and,
oh my gosh.
and see how important it is to have more going on in the pictures. There's like a whole other story going on that is not
than what the words are.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the same with this book, which I also loved. Matt Phelan has Sweater Weather, which first of all, I love sweater weather. That's like my favorite time of year.
I guess I didn't show you yesterday because yesterday we had Pie Day. It was crazy. Yeah. But yesterday was a sweater weather No Bones Day. I think it was a No Bones Day, but Noodle was in a sweater. It was sweater weather No Bones, which is perfect for a No Bones Day, which is also today, No Bones. So cuddle up in your favorite sweater and get comfy.
I got a big heavy sweater on today. And this one is just so cute. The daddy bear is ordering them to put on their sweaters. And he's knitting some more sweaters, and they just are not coming down. They're not coming down in their sweaters. And there's a lot of noise going on. And so you can see there's not a lot of words. Thump, thump, oof. Yeah, he's like, oh boy. So, we've got 2 stuck in a sweater here. This one sweater's too big. I just love that the pictures are telling a very different story than the words. There's a lot more going on.
Oh my gosh, how cute.
And it goes on and on. So it's not wordless, but it's definitely a lot more going on in the pictures. And I love this one where they go outside and you can see there's smoke coming out of their mouths. It's so cute. I love that. Because it's so cold out there. So I love, and I think, again, visual literacy starts when they're really little, helps them to build more of a sense of story.
Oh, I love the illustration style,
really
too.
Cute. Yeah, it's really, really sweet. I want to give it all away, but it's super cute. And the knitting daddy bear with the elbows on his, he's got like patches
Elbow
on his,
patches are my favorite.
It's just great. So I think that everybody's going to love sweater weather. Yeah.
So cute.
Yeah. And last but not least, Lauren Child has a new one.
Love Lauren
The
Child.
Goody. The Goody, and it's a touchingly funny story about being good, being not so good, and most importantly, being yourself. And it's all about the kid who's the good kid in the family. Every family has, I was the good kid in my family. I was always like the goody. And then what happens when you decide one day, I'm tired of being the goody. Like, I don't want to be the goody anymore. And gets into, let's see, some adventures. And the sister's the not goody, and the brother is the goody. And they get into, and it just, I love her style. And she has a very wry sense of humor. She does those books, Charlie and Lola, which I think actually was a show too. So just really fun about not always having to be the good one. Don't put that pressure on your kid. Your kid doesn't always want to be the good one. Everybody wants a chance to break out and to not be the goody. So I thought that was a great one to end it with. From one goody to another. Let your kid break out. And that's it.
So cute.
Yeah.
It's a good selection of books today.
I think so too. It's always
nice.
exciting. Oh my gosh.
Tuesday is the best day.
I'll say oh my gosh, this is my favorite pile, and then next week a new pile.
I know.
Out. This is my favorite pile.
This
No,
is
that's my favorite pile.
No, this is my favorite.
Yeah.
I already have like one really good young adult one for next week, like really good.
Oh.
And I think we have a couple of adult ones that came in too. I mean, it's definitely slow
there's definitely
this time
more stuff
of year.
coming out, but it's slowing
But there's
down.
some more.
Yeah.
But I mean, the young adult one that I have coming for next week is going to be huge. So,
Okay. All right. Be ready.
yeah, be ready.
All right.
Ready. There's some good stuff on the horizon.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving. We're thankful for books.
We are very thankful for books. It's Booksgiving over here.
Thanksgiving all the time. All right, everyone. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.